Hello students, today I'm going to teach you about compound interest. So let's start with the formula first. The formula is A is equals to P multiplied by 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power n. Here this A means amount, P means principal, R means rate of interest per year, and n means terms. For the time being, you can say term means time. Term and time period are same in case of compound interest. And how to find the compound interest? The formula of interest is very simple. Interest is equals to amount minus principal. Interest means how much extra you are going to get after investing the money. The amount means total how much money you are going to get by the end of 2 years, 3 years, whatever the time is. And principal means the initial value. That means in the very beginning how much money you had before investing it, or before giving it as a loan, or before taking the loan. So in the very beginning how much money you had, the sum of money is known as principal. So interest is very simple. Interest means amount minus principal. Now here you need to remember two more things. See, if the interest is being compounded half yearly or semi-annually, that means if instead of every year you are giving interest or you are earning interest after every 6 months or half yearly, the first rule is rule 1, divide the rate of interest by 2. So R by 2% is half yearly rate of interest. Remember, in the question they will be giving you the rate of interest per year. So whatever in the rate of interest that they have given, divide it by 2 to get the half yearly rate of interest. And rule number 2, convert the time into months, then divide it by 6 months, because you are calculating interest half yearly. That's why you have to divide it by 6, and that number is going to be your n. In the formula you had an n. That n will be time in months divided by 6. After you see some problems, after you see some examples, then you can understand. And again, another important rule, what if in the question it is given if the interest is being compounded quarterly? If the interest is being compounded quarterly, rule 1, divide the rate of interest by 4, because quarterly means per 3 years, which means 12 quarter means 1 by 4. The meaning of quarter means 1 by 4. That's why you have to divide the rate of interest by 4 and you will get the quarterly rate of interest, because in the question the rate of interest will be given per year. You have to divide it by 4. Then rule number 2, convert the time into months and divide it by 3 months. Again, since a quarter of a year means 3 months, quarter of a year means 3 months, that's why the time you have should be converted into months, then it should be divided by 3. I hope the concept is clear. Make sure you take a note of this formula. Then before starting the math, just take a screenshot and take a note, write this down in your mathematics copy, and then start the math. Now let's start. Let's see some examples. Now let's take a look at this question. Find the amount and the interest on 8,000 rupees for 4 years at 10% per annum interest reckoned yearly. So the question they are asking, that they are saying that the rate of interest is being calculated yearly. So this math is really simple. Simply just put the values. That means put the n in the formula and you will get the answer. Now let's see. The formula was given. Okay, let's write the formula afterwards. First you write P, that means principal, is equals to, in this case it is 8,000 rupees. Time, or in this case n, is 4 years. So write 4 years. Then rate of interest R is equals to 10%. Then we know amount is equals to P multiplied by 1 by plus R by 100 whole to the power n. In this case, value of p is, you all know that 8,000 rupees only, and 1 is 1. Rate of interest is given 10%, so you are going to write 10 by 100 and whole to the power 4. Whole to the power 4 because the time is given 4 years. Let's see, let's simplify. 8,000 multiplied by 100, 1 plus 10 by 100. If you ever get this type of number, remember the calculation is very simple. On the top you have to 100, you just add this number 100 plus 10, that means on the top it will become 110 by 100. This works in all the problems. That means whatever written on the top, just add it with 100 and that will be the answer, because the LCM, 100 will be the LCM, 100 will go here. If you add, it will become 110 whole to the power 4. If you did not understand, just pause the video and watch again. 8,000 and whole to the power 4 means this number is being multiplied 4 times. $100. Now let's cancel the zeros and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now on the top you had 4 11s and 1 8. So, and on the bottom you get this number 8 into 11 into 11 into 11 into 11. There are 4 11s and by 10. Now if these two numbers, or if you want, you can calculate them directly. I hope you know the trick of simple multiplication. Otherwise you can break them. Just write 88 into 11 11s are 121 into 11 by 10. Now let's do the calculation. 88 multiplied by 88 into 121 is going to give you 10,648 into 11 by 10. And if you multiply these two, the answer will be 117,128 by 10. So therefore your answer is for 10. Therefore the answer will be 11712.8. And since we are calculating money, after point you need to put 2 digits, so add 1 0. This will be your answer, rupees. Obviously this will be your answer. Now they are asking, now remember in the question they have asked, find the amount and the interest. So this is your amount. This is your amount. Now you need to find the interest also. So how to calculate the interest? Simply subtraction. Simply subtraction. So your amount was 11712.80 rupees. So the interest, or in shortcut you can write CI, that means compound interest, is amount minus principal. If you subtract these two, the answer should be, if I subtract, the answer should be 712.80. This should be your answer, rupees. So these are your answers. This is the amount and this is the interest. I hope you understood how to solve this type of problems. Take a screenshot and write them down in your mathematics copy. Let's do another question. So let's read this question. In this question it is given that what sum invested for 1.5 years compounded half yearly at the rate of 4% per annum will amount to this. So in this case they are asking you to find the principal. They are not asking you to find the amount. They are not asking you to find the interest. They are simply asking you find the principal. So in the beginning you have to write let the sum be X rupees. I hope it is clear. I am assuming it is X. Then let's see. So in this it is given 1.5 years and compounded half yearly. So in my formula, the P here I have assumed the P is X rupees, and the time is given 1.5 years. I have to convert this into months, and I know 1 year means 12 months and half year means 6 months, is equals to 18 months. So therefore the N, the time period, will be 18 divided by 6 because it is half yearly. That's why divided by 6. The answer should be 3. So in this case your N, that means the power, will be 3. And rate of interest per annum, rate of interest per year or per annum is given by 4%. And again, since it is half yearly, the rate of interest should be divided by 2. So the R half, that means rate of interest of 6 months, is equals to 4 by 2% half yearly. This rule I was talking in the very beginning, that whenever this type of question is given half yearly, that time should be multiplied by 6 after converting into months, and rate of interest will be time should be divided by 6 after converting into months, and rate of interest should be divided by 2, and you have to write half yearly. So the rate of interest half yearly is 2% half yearly. Now let's start. So the amount, it will be P multiplied by 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power n. So according to the question, the amount is already given, so I am doing ATQ. Amount is given by 132,651 is equals to principal, I have assumed it is X, into 1 plus, and R is R, that 2%, not 4%, because it is half yearly, and the term will be this 3. So that's why I have to write whole to the power 3. Simplify. X into, as I said, 100 plus 2, 102 by 100 whole to the power 3. Now whole to the power 3 means this should be multiplied thrice. X into 102 by 100 into 102 by 100 into 102 by 100. So if 100, all the hundreds goes here, it will be multiplied in the numerator. So upare 100, 100, 100 by this 3 will become the denominator because they are changing the sides. 102, 102, 102 is equals to X. Now simply divide these two numbers, all these numbers, with 2. 50, and it will become 51. 100 divided by 2, 50. 102 divided by 2, 51. 100 divided by 2, 50. 102 divided by 2, 51. Now this I need to divide by directly. 51 is divisible by 17, but still I am trying to divide this number with 51 directly, just for checking, and I hope these are visible. These are divisible. 51 divided by 2, the answer will be 2601. Then again this 51 divided by 2601 will become 51, and 51 cancel. So therefore now shift their position. Instead of X here, write X over here. X is equals to, change their side, shift their, interchange their position. This is the answer. So 555 means X is equals to 125, then 000. 1,25,000. This is your sum. So just write the required sum is equals to 125,000 rupees, 1,25,000 rupees. Now take a screenshot of this question and note it down in your mathematics copy. Just take a screenshot and note this down, and if you did not understand a certain portion, please pause the video and watch again. Let's look at this question now. Determine the rate of interest for a sum that becomes 126 by 125 times itself in half years, compounded semi-annually. This is a difficult question. This type of question may come in exam, so this is very, very important. In this case, you have to find the rate of interest. But see, the sum, the principal is also not given. So you have to assume both. Let the sum be X rupees and the rate of interest be R%, small r percent PA. That means per annum. Now let's begin with the solution. So in this case, my principal was X rupees because I just assume this is the principal. Then time is given 1.5 years. If I convert 1.5 into months, it will become 18 months. Again, this question is of semi-annually, so that means the months will be divided by 6. I told in the previous sum also that whenever in the question it is given semi-annually or half-yearly, always divide the time by 6 months. The answer will be 3. So it is also whole cube question. This will become the power. 3 will become the power. Then rate of interest half-yearly or semi-annually is the rate of interest. I had assumed R per year, so this will be divided by 2. So the rate of interest is R by 2%. Now let's start, or let's do the ATQ. According to the question, amount is equals to P1 plus R by 100 whole to the power n. This is the formula. Now what is my amount here? The amount, they said that it will become 216 by 125 times. Times means multiplication. So the amount will be 216 by 125 multiplied by x. And here value of P is x into 1. Value of R is R by 2 because it is, I just found R by 2 by 100. I know it is getting difficult, but this sum is very easy. If you did not understand a certain portion, please pause the video and watch again, and rewind the video and watch again. Simply see x and x both are being multiplied, so I can simply cancel them out. It is not required actually. So just cancel x and x. So now x is gone. So in this side I have 126 and here I have 5. And here if I simplify, it should become 1 plus 100. Imagine 100, the denominator is 1, and division means if division converts into multiplication, we have to do the reciprocal. So upar 1, niche 100 whole to the power 3. I know some of you did not understand. R by 2 by 100, nothing is there. Assume the denominator is 1. Then this is a division sign. So if you convert this into multiplication, you have to do the reciprocal of the reciprocal of the bottom number. That means upar 1, niche 100, reciprocal. 216 by 125 is equals to 1 plus R by 200 whole to the power 3. Now need not simplify this one. Just see what is the speciality of this number. Now I don't know, some of you may already know that 36 multiplied, all you need to do is, 1 to 5 can be written as 5 into 5 into 5, and if you do 6 into 6 into 6, the answer will be 216. How I know that? I memorize the values. That's how. 6 into 6 into 6 is 216, and 5 into 5 into 5 is 125. Right hand side, no change. Keep it same. Copy paste. So this, instead of like this, you can write 6 by 5 whole cube, and here you can write 1 plus r by 200 whole to the power 3. Now you see both sides the powers are same, the index is same, so comparing the base, you will get 6 by 5 is equals to 1 plus r by 200. Simple. Just remove the powers. This number equals to this number, removing the powers because both of them are 3. Now if you simplify, 6 by 5 minus 1 r by 200, your answer should be, let's see, it is becoming 1 by 5, and 200, if it goes in this side, it will become into 200 is equals to r. Now let's shift the position. So r is 40. So the value of r is coming, r is equals to 40. So therefore the required rate of interest is equals to 40% PA or per year. This is your answer. If you did not understand this problem, just rewind the video and watch again. And those who understood, just take a screenshot of this video and note it down in your mathematics copy. Just take a screenshot and then note it down in your mathematics copy. Take a screenshot and note it down. Now let's do another problem. Let's read the question. A certain sum amounts to rupees 5,292 in 2 years and 5,556 and 60 paise in 3 years at compound interest. Find the rate and the sum. This is a tricky question. In this case, the sum, that means the principal, and rate of interest, nothing is given. But you see, this is the amount after 2 years and this is the amount after 3 years. And we all know that the second year, if you calculate from second year to third year, this will become your principal. That is the basic rule of compound interest, because in compound interest also follows simple interest formula. So using the simple interest formula, from these two values I can find the rate of interest. I will not find the sum, but I can find the rate of interest. How? Let's find out. Now check, have a look. What you do is, on the top you write for second to third year the principal, because this is the principal for second year, this is the principal for second year. So the principal is 5,292 and the time period is 1 year. So what will be the interest? If you subtract this value, that means this amount and this amount, you will be getting the interest for only third year. That is, from second year to third year, the interest was the value after that you get after subtraction, which is 264.60. Now let's so now you have to do, what you need to do is you have to find the value of r. So I'm putting a question mark. I hope you remember the formula of simple interest. Let's recall the formula of simple interest. I is equals to PTR by 100. This is simple interest formula. Now from here, if you simplify, and you will get r is equals to I multiplied by 100 into principal into time. This is the formula of rate of interest, which you have learned in junior classes. Now Let's put the values and see what answer we are getting. If you in place of I, you put the value of interest, that is 264.60 into 100, and principal is 5292, because you know that the principal was 5292 and time was only 1 year, and the time was only 1 year, so that's why it is written 1 here. So multiply, if this is multiplied by 100, the point will shift to 2 decimal places. That is why the answer is 26460 by 5292. Now if you divide them, if you simply divide this to 26460, if you divide with 5292, the answer is 5. You can check, the answer is 5. So that's why the rate of interest is 5%. So you got your second answer or your first answer. The rate of interest I have already found. Now using this rate of interest and using compound interest formula, you will be getting the sum. Now you have to assume, let the required sum be X rupees, because you have to find the sum now. That's why let the required sum be X rupees. Now after X, what you need to do? Yes, ATQ 5292, the amount after 2 years is equals to X multiplied by 1 plus 5 by 100 whole square, because in the question it was written that the certain sum amounts to, this is the amount after 2 years, and that is the reason I am putting here, that is the reason I am putting a whole square here. I hope you understood. Because it is after 2 years, that is the reason there is a whole square. Now if you simplify and calculate it further, let's see what is happening. So in this case 105 by 100, 105 by 100, because it was given whole square, that's why it is multiplied twice, and this side same. Now if these hundreds goes to this side, this will become the numerators, and if 105 comes to your left hand side, they will become the denominators. Now simply do short division. Divide this 2 by 5. 520, and 520 is 100 and 521 is 105. See, dividing them by 5, so you are getting 20, 21, 20, 21. Now some of you may know that 5292 is divisible by 21. That's why directly cut with 21, you will be getting the answer. On the top you will be getting 12. So the value of X is 12 into 20 into 20, 12 into 20 into 20. If you multiply this two, you will be getting X is equals to 4800. That's why the rate of interest is 5% and the sum is 4800 rupees. Now let's see another example. In the previous sum, you found the rate of interest and the principal. In this math, I am going to find the time. In this case, the time is not given and you have to find the time. Find the time in years in which rupees 12,500 will produce 3,046.40 as compound interest at 8% per annum. Interest compounded annually. So this is the data given and you need to find the time. Since you have to find the time and principal is given, rate of interest is given, so assume let the time be X years. See, let the time be X years. Simple. Now let's plot the values. See, principal is given in the question 12,500 rupees. So 12,500 rupees. N, that means the time is X years. You just assume time is X years. R is 8%, because in the question it was given 8%. Amount is principal plus interest. In the question this was given as interest and this is given the principal. Simply add them, you will be getting amount. The reason we need amount, because compound interest formula requires amount. It doesn't give the simple compound interest directly. It requires the amount. Now let's do the ATQ. I hope you remember the formula. A is the amount is equals to principal into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power time. Simply putting the values. A amount means this, so I'm writing it here. Principal was 12,500, writing it here. Principal multiplied by 1 plus 8 by 100, because 8 was the rate of interest PA. per annum by whole to the power x, because time is not given, so you have to write whole to the power x. Now if you simplify, you will be getting the 1 plus 8 by 100 is giving you 108 by 100, and in this case if you remove the point underneath, you will be getting the denominator, you have to write 100, and this 12,500 is coming through this side. That's why it is in the denominator section. I hope you understood. Now if you do short division, the answer will be 27 by 25 whole to the power x. Now see, in your left hand side, these two are huge numbers. Now what you need to do is, you need to divide them by 2. See, I am just dividing them by 2, and after dividing it for 3 times, the answer, that means if you divide both of them by 8, the answer will be 19,683 by 15,625. Now I'm writing them down back to back so that you all can understand. Now some of you may know that and some of you may not know that 27 cube, that means 27, 27 and 27, if they are multiplied, the answer is 19,683, and 25's cube is 15625. That, and these values you can see, the cube of 25 you can memorize also, because you will be getting this value in most of the problems of this chapter. And if you don't know, simply you have to remember that if this side it is given 27 and 25, this will be either square or cube or to the power 4 of this numerator and denominator only. So you can guess by checking that. Okay. Now, so instead of 19683, I can write it is 27 cube, because it is 3 times 27. If I multiply, I will be getting this value. That's why I am writing 27 cube by 25 cube, because I told you 25 cube is this number. So now you see, both hand sides the bases are matching. That means if you compare these two, this base will be cancelled and you can remove them. So this means x is equals to 3, because both the bases are same, which means the powers are also same. X is equals to 3. Hence, the required time is 3 years. Remember, finding time is difficult. That's why it is very important that if you must understand this portion, whenever in the question it is given, find the time. Remember, always you have to compare the base. Then the power will become same. In this way only you can find the time in all the problems. And I chose a difficult question. There are many more examples there in your book and your exercise also. Just take a screenshot and note them down in your classwork copy. And don't forget to write this rough work also. Otherwise you may not understand afterwards what is happening here. Now let's do the last question, another question. Let's read the question. This is a question of successive compound interest. What sum will amount to rupees 2,782.50 in 2 years compound interest if the rates are 5% and 6% for the successive years? Which means for first year you are getting 5% interest and second year you are getting 6% rate of interest. These are called successive rate of interests. So in this case, what sum? That means principal is not given. Assume let the sum be x. Now this is the formula. Whenever you get this type of question of successive rate of interest, the formula is, see, P into 1 plus R1 by 100 into 1 plus R2 by 100. That means first you need it will be 5 by 100 and second one it will be 6 by 100. Now let's do the ATQ. ATQ means amount which is given in the question. This is the amount equals to, amount is equals to principal. Principal, I know the principal is x because I have assumed the principal is x. Then R1, that means the first year's rate of interest is 5 by 100 and R2 is the second year's rate of interest, which is 6 by 100. There is no whole square or whole cube because both of them are to the power 1, because 1 year. That's why there is no whole square and no whole cube are there. Now Remove this point, put in denominator 100, and you know 5 plus 5, 1 plus 5 by 100 is equals to 105 by 100 and 106 by 100. Now bring all of them into this side, so this will become the numerator, they will go up, and these numbers are going to become the denominator. Now you check the calculation after doing short divisions. Then you can see this is the calculation which I have done in short. If you divide this number by 21, the answer is 13,250. And if 13,250 is divided by 106, 13,250 divided by 106 gives 125. So that's what I have done. I have written the calculation here so that you can understand. Now do the calculation by yourself. So which means x is equals to 125 multiplied by 20, which gives x is equals to 2500. Hence the required sum is 2500. This is how you solve a successive rate of interest question, which is really very simple. So thank you everyone. Thank you for watching. If you did not understand a certain portion of this video, please rewind the video and watch again. Thank you. See you in the next video.